welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get into these stories, please. Shout out to the Jamaica Loop for this one. Two men who were wanted on warrants of extradition in the US were arrested by members of the Jamaica Fugitive Apprehension Team, Lottery Scam Force, and the Area 1 OST in St. James on Tuesday, May 17th. Reports from the police there are that about 3 a.m. in the early morning hours there, lawmen carried out an operation in Mount Salem searching premises, and 41-year-old Damian Clark was apprehended. They didn't show his pictures or anything. The police said that Clark, who is wanted in the U.S. on firearms and drug-related charges, is in custody pending an extradition hearing. Then, 5 hours later, the second man was apprehended about 8 a.m. during an operation in Springmount in the parish. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, are the two of them connected? And if the two men are connected, did the first one talk and tell where the second one was? Or did they have the drop on them and some information leading to both of them? Anyhow, 40-year-old Damon Oakley of Point District in St. James, who is wanted in the U.S. for mail fraud, wire fraud, and other alleged lotto scamming activities, he himself was also picked up as the second person as well. Usually, when two people are wanted and they are picked up within close vicinity and close timing of each other, is usually because the first one will get catch, him go tell. Him tell, me don't know if them squeeze him, you know we do our thing already. You know, everybody is tough until squaddy hold you around there, so and nobody else not there to save you, because squaddy them don't play. Then they normally just hold you and say, tell us where the other person is, and you say, no, me not tell you nothing, and them say, okay buddy, and that's it. And that's how the thing go. Sometimes you will get a kuff cough queff, and nobody is there to see that you get the kuff cough queff, and some man who go on like them hard and tough out the road, them actually get afraid, yeah, and them start tell, and enough of the time them just tell pan them brethren them, and that's how the thing goes. So 40-year-old Damian Oakley of Point District in St. James, who is wanted in the US for mail fraud, wire fraud, and other alleged lotto scamming activities, was arrested as well. The police said that he too will remain in custody pending an extradition hearing. So they're going to have to decide if they want to go to the US or if they want to stay in Jamaica. But I think they were already wanted in the US anyways, so they're probably going to get sent to the US because the US already had an extradition order out for them and they went missing. Now remember, you know, we covered stories recently where we said that the extradition orders are going to be coming down. And this was information that came from the US Embassy, that the extradition orders are going to be coming down, and before 2022 is out, we're going to see a nice little group of Jamaicans heading to the United States of America to face charges, especially where lotto scamming is concerned. If you're a choppy line, you're a choppy line. But here what? There's no say. There's a good chance that somebody is watching you and the US wants you, and they might be coming to get you. So choppy line, but choppy line carefully here. Alright. When them extradition hearing is over, I'm pretty sure that both of them will end up in the United States of America facing their charges. What I say? Go look at 9 to 5, because the chopping thing really now work. Enough man we a chop, a broke chopper. Enough man we a chop now and do nothing constructive with the money, and then they end up in all this trouble, and then it's all broken back to square one again. So you better have a plan if you are go brave and chop a line. You understand? That means if them catch you and give you like a 5 years, 6 years, you don't know so what. When you rub off your 5 and 6 and you come back a road again, you're good, because you have a couple milli sit down in the bank and you can carry on life now, wash your money and do something constructive with yourself instead of going back to square one. I'm just saying. I'm not telling nobody how to chop and how to do your chopper money. I'm just saying. See? Alright, moving on to the next story now. The next story about the two people them were dead over Meadowrest. Boy, it rough out there, you know. And I knew it. I knew it was going to be a hot summer, but when is it not a hot summer? Don't you notice that every year in Jamaica, as soon as the sun get really, really hot, summertime start come round, you notice that the heat get turn up? Well, these people were at a funeral of sorts, or a funeral area. Let me read the story to you again. According to the Jamaica Observer, seen, gang feud is the cause behind this. Well, the police are theorizing that it's gang feud that's behind all this, because the article goes like this, and again, no plagiarism, we getting it from the Observer. Gang feud is behind the Meadowrest shooting, where 2 people are now dead. It said earlier that 1 person was dead and 2 others were injured. Well, since then, the initial report, another person has passed away. I believe now it's 2 females that have passed away. I also believe that one of the females that have passed away is a female who comes from a family. I believe she is the older sister, or the sister of a young lady who was kidnapped, raped, and murdered in times gone by, probably roughly about a decade ago or so. So her family is no stranger to tragedy. Now, St. Catherine, Jamaica, 2 people were dead in what police say is an ongoing gang feud that played out in the Meadowrest Memorial Gardens in St. Catherine on Tuesday afternoon. May I remind you though that Meadowrest a place when a ramp forget shoot up in a man, because you see when time reprisal killings and shootings for go on, it go on right there. So I've seen people and I've covered stories before where people had to run in the middle of a funeral procession, funeral service, because gunshots start fly. That means say when your adversaries say, yo, not even bury that boy, they can't bury in a piece, and anybody turn up at a funeral, them a shot it up and them a catch gunshot too. A burning of a burning blood cleat body, that means a cremate him and dash him away or something like that. But no big funeral now keep for that boy around you and that kind of stuff. Hey man, that's how the business goes, alright? One of the injured was a male who is still unidentified, subsequently succumbed to his injuries. So I guess it's 1 male and a female that are now dead, not 2 females like I thought. So the 1 female who is dead is the sister or relative of the other female who I mentioned earlier, that her family is no stranger to tragedy, because about roughly a decade ago she was kidnapped, raped, and murdered and found, in a them kind of situation. They know. Up to a short while ago, police are still at the burial park conducting their investigations, according to the Jamaica Observer. This was confirmed by Cleon March, the acting assistant commissioner of police in charge of crime, who said that the gun attack actually stemmed from a gang war. When these people say these things, I say to myself, well, how them know that? That means that somebody I tell them something. Somebody always said to me, say, SouFlo, them police here, them people here, them know who are the shooter them in them area, Them know who are the done in the area. Them know who control what. Them have a good idea. They might not know exactly who pulled the trigger, but them have a good idea of what is going on. I said, okay, makes sense to me, because that's their constituency. Me not upon the ground. We are theorizing that this is a spillover from a gang feud that was carried out by gangsters in the Seaview Garden area. Acting ACP March told the Observer Online. Big up to the Observer Online again. He said that the gunman's intended target is actually a mourner that was there, a relative of the woman who the memorial was being held for. So there was a woman who they were holding a memorial for, who was being buried, I guess. And one of the mourners that was there is who they really wanted to shoot up. See? He said that the police are now searching and asking out for this person to please come to them so they can put some things in place to make him or her life safe. That mean gunman want you. You see how them come shoot up the place and kill other people when you were the intended target? Listen, come into us, because if you don't come into us and them reach you first, we know for sure that you're going to be dead. Why them want the person like this? I don't know. They are saying that it's a reprisal killing. That means that some other killing go on before and them want this a person back for the person that they killed before. Reports are that about 1 p.m. mourners were at the parking lot of the burial ground when gunmen showed up and opened fire on the group. At least 4 people were shot. All rushed to the hospital where Dean, the first one, was pronounced dead. Alright. Boy, I don't know what to say now. What more can we say after all this? I think we're getting desensitized and kind of used to this now. If you notice that even SouFLoTV, who used to cover these topics on a regular basis, don't even do it no more. You know? I left it for other vloggers and bloggers and whoever else do it, because it became so draining doing this over the years that I had to take a break from it. We're still calling for the same things. We're still calling for heightened security in certain areas. We're still calling for CCTV cameras, both seen and unseen, in lots of areas, especially in volatile areas. Places like Meadowrest, where funeral get shot up on a regular basis. Them places here should have like 1,000 cameras around this place. But, of course, I'm willing to bet that there were none. And the madness continues. I saw it go. I guess that's what we're going to be saying from now on. Well, you don't know the thing already in a SouFlo. A dot, and we're moving right along. Listen up. If a gunman business, you know. SouFLoTV cry for the children them, and I cry for the innocent. The people them who really don't have nothing to do with nothing. But you see, from a gunman something, me stay out of it. Because everybody know we come with gunman life. And if you still pick up that and decide that that's the way you're gonna live your life, then who am I to tell you to stop it? You take that up with God when you meet God. Not true? I'll catch you on the next video, man. Stay safe out there. It's getting hot, and it's gonna be a hot summer, both in foreign and a yard. Big up on yourself. I'm out.